I can just imagine the psyche. It's just, he draws a circle, he draws a few triangles, and then the room goes silent. And they're like, ancient structures, civilization markers. And then the captain grabs him by the shirt. Do they have oil? And welcome to our channel.
I'm Prams, and I'm here to tell you crazy stories from around the world.
And I'm Dan, and I take those stories to places that they shouldn't go. We've got a crazy story, right?
We always have crazy stories.
Yeah, so we're new here. Basically what you'll find, wild stories, bad editing, which takes a long time to do. The lols, definitely. We're bringing the lols. Leave your morals and any common sense at the door because you're not going to find it on this channel.
Yeah, you're going to get some very questionable opinions here. So
we're new, we're very small. We have, 8 subscribers right now? Plot twist, I'm the 8th. I decided to subscribe the other day. But we're looking for that 9th. That 9th could be out there watching us right now. If you subscribe, I will personally put a comment on that video welcoming number 9.
That might deter them, honestly. Singled out.
Look, you're getting a friend for life as long as you're subscribed. That's our channel. Can't wait to get into the story. So I'll hand it over to you.
Well, today I have a government conspiracy blunder type story for you all, which is usually,
That's cool. That's what you'll find here. What the government doing?
Yeah. Get your tinfoil hats on, ladies and gentlemen. Get started on this story. In 1984, a man sat alone in a windowless room. He had no maps, nor photographs, just a sealed envelope placed on the table. And inside, a few words. Mars, 1 million years ago. The man closed his eyes. He slowed his breathing and began describing what he saw. Ancient structures, massive pyramids rising from a red desert, ruined cities half buried beneath the dirt. He said the planet once held an ancient civilization, tall beings living inside enormous structures as their world slowly died. This wasn't science fiction. This was a recounting from a real session conducted inside a classified US intelligence program. For more than 20 years, the American government secretly conducted an experiment attempting to answer a strange question. Could psychic powers be used for espionage?
Hold up a second. So you just said that one of the tests was to think about Mars 1 million years ago. How would they even be able to corroborate that? I mean, why was that one of the tests? Let's get the psychics to think really hard at Mars. Okay, that sounds like a legitimate test. What are they doing with that?
Maybe it was like you had like a peer review psychic on in another room and they had to both corroborate the same evidence for it to be verified. If they didn't do that, they really should have done that. That's my idea to you, CIA.
It doesn't come across as an airtight test.
It's better than just assuming what they said was correct. No?
If they're doing this in a top secret base, I don't think we've got anything to worry about, to be honest. I really don't think. I think they're just messing around with all sorts of bullshit.
To understand why and how this was ever a thing, we have to go back to the Cold War. So the Cold War was a conflict built on information, knowing what the enemy was doing, where their weapons were hidden, and what they plan to do next.
I can just imagine the psyche. It's just, he draws a circle, he draws a few triangles, and then the room goes silent. And they're like, ancient structures, civilization markers. And then the captain grabs him by the shirt. Do they have oil? So these psychics are just drawing out basic shapes.
Yeah.
And they look at it and then they say, we need to protect our asset. And it just gets carted off to a secure facility. Yeah. And they're like, get the president on the line. We made a breakthrough.
You see, the Cold War, everyone was really like desperate for a breakthrough and like to win, either Russia or America. They were trying to like one up each other. It was basically a dick measuring contest.
Yeah. Well, like 80-20 rule, you get 80% of your results from 20% of your effort.
Yeah.
And they're like psychics. That's
yeah,
where we're going. That's where we're going with this.
Exactly.
It's like, psychic. We're in the psychic race right now.
Yeah. It makes like total sense because the Cold War was a bit of a conflict about information. Knowing what the enemy was doing, where their weapons were hidden, what they were planning to do next, could shift the balance of power. Satellites scanned the Earth, spy planes photographed military installations, and human agents risked their lives gathering intelligence. But in the early 1970s, the CIA encountered a report that sounded almost absurd. The Soviet Union was heavily investing in psychic research. Mind-to-mind communication.
What intelligence did they get? Where are they finding this intelligence? Surely you were like, just mention psychics a few times around the US.
Yeah, I reckon
and then they just send them down a path and they're like, okay, we need millions of dollars,
I reckon half the KGB. Well, I think half the KGB's job was just to like give shit ideas to the CIA by being like, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah. Do you think there's just that one guy, that's at the KGB, they know he's an American, but they just don't let on that he's an American? And they're like, just mention psychics around him.
Right.
Sends him off to the psychic
Right,
thing.
so he's infiltrated. Everyone knows that he's infiltrated and they're just giving him bad ideas.
They're just in the canteen at lunch and like, hey, yeah, so how's that psychic project coming along? And he's like, oh, what psychic project is that? And he goes off and he's making notes, And then the next day comes back, he's like, hey, yeah, how's that project coming along where we put mics into cats, which is another episode that you need to check out. And he just keeps giving this intelligence and they just think that oh wow, yeah, we've got them cornered. They have no idea we've infiltrated them.
I think
we've actually they just keep sending him off to them.
Yeah, I think so. So most scientists didn't actually believe these crazy theories that the Soviets were doing these things, but at the same time the CIA couldn't ignore the possibility. So what if it was happening, and what if it did work? They would be almost stupid not to try it.
That's a strong statement. So wait, the scientist said, nah, this isn't a thing. Don't worry your little heads. Let's focus on the nukes, let's focus on nuclear weapons. Yeah, but the psychics. And then the people making the decision aren't the scientists, the ones that have the experience, the certification, they know what they're doing. It's the guys at the top who are like, no, we're going to do this. And I bet the scientists are just hitting the head against the wall.
To be fair, from a humanitarian perspective, I would prefer psychics to nuclear weapons existing now. If we just had psychics trying to read our brains, it's less of a threat than nuclear
to anything.
Weapons.
They're just a threat to themselves. I mean, if they're then going to go off on this information the psychic tells them, that's just going to take them off on one, and then all of a sudden they're not even capable of retaliating because they will just line up a bunch of nukes and and then they just pull back this curtain and it's just a load of psychics and beanbags.
It's some crazy shit, but apparently in the Cold War, that alone was enough reason to try stuff out.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not saying the psychics don't exist. It could be. It's just it's interesting their point of view on these things.
Shoot your shot, I think, was the official motto of the CIA during the Cold War. Just shoot your shot.
I do want to know. I can't wait to see what powers they think that these psychics have. So so far. Delve a million years into the past on Mars. Don't know what they're looking for there. I don't know how it's going to help.
Oil, as you established. They're looking for oil.
Just looking for oil. Did they have structures? Did they power factories? Were they making hats and shoes?
The important questions.
Yeah, they exactly the important questions.
So the CIA decided to fund experiments at the Stanford Research Center in California. Physicists Harold Puthoff and Russell Targ were tasked to test an unusual ability called remote viewing. The idea was simple. Could someone mentally observe a distant location? So the experiments went like this. Participants sat in quiet rooms and they were given random coordinates, then asked to describe whatever appeared in their minds: shapes, structures, textures. Sometimes they even drew sketches. Most sessions produced vague descriptions. Some were completely wrong.
Okay. Sorry.
But occasionally, the descriptions were strangely specific.
How specific are we talking?
I mean, specific enough to make intelligence officers uncomfortable. Because if remote viewing worked even a little, it could change espionage forever.
I'm sure it could. I mean, did the psychic just draw a rectangle on a piece of paper? You know, the such like, oh my god, a Soviet missile base. And the scientists are like, it just looks like a rectangle to us. And I'm like, no, god damn it.
What?
Look at the detail. And then he runs off, call the president.
Like, I'm wondering, right? Because intelligence officers had to substantiate what their claims were using like intelligence or evidence. So I wonder if this was just a way for them to be like, we want to claim that, you know, the Soviets have missiles. This triangle is definitely a missile. And they'll be like, where's your evidence? I'll be like, the psychic said it, man. The psychic said it.
Yeah. It's like, this looks like a nuclear warhead. And every time it's like, oh my god. This is so funny, you know. I'd love to know how specific they were. But I bet if you unearth these top secret documents, it's just like looking through a child's playbook. Like they're just random shapes. And it's like, oh, you know, there's a picture of a smiley sun in there. You know?
I mean, I can give you like some strangely specific examples if that will help paint a picture.
Absolutely, because I want to be a believer. So
I believe. Who believes?
I'm ready for this.
So apparently one participant quickly stood out. His name was Joseph McMoneagle, a former US Army intelligence officer. After surviving a near-death experience, Joseph believed he had developed unusual mental abilities. So the military decided to test him. They handed him a set of coordinates without any explanations. Just a bunch of random numbers. And so Joseph closed his eyes and began describing a massive industrial facility with security fences, huge cranes, and large structures to assemble submarines. Later, analysts compared his description with classified satellite imagery, and it appeared to match a submarine construction site. Not like perfectly, but close enough to raise an uncomfortable possibility. What if this wasn't a coincidence?
So this psychic is a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine every time he closes his eyes,
Oh my God,
he sees submarines and wartime. It's called PTSD. The guy's got trauma. But then the captain is like, oh my God, he's in the defense network. And he's just having flashbacks, you know.
God, poor guy.
And then the comparing his drawings that look like a submarine. Because he's seen a submarine, he knows what it looks like, you know. Yeah, so I imagine the psychic is just doodling on a piece of paper. And he's like, get the president. We're going to war.
And the president's like, is the source of this information 100% verified?
Sir, I wouldn't be calling you if it wasn't 100% verified. We need to ready the troops.
But my source is classified, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's top secret even from you. Just trust this call.
I mean, the CIA thought this program worked well enough to like take it out of the laboratory, take it out of the experiment stage.
Ooh, in the field.
Yeah, in the field.
Here we go. Let's see what they're made of.
Here we go. So soon, the CIA and US Army deployed remote viewers as part of their intelligence missions. One program moved to Fort Meade, Maryland, where inside a small building on the base, a handful of remote viewers were tasked with psychic surveillance of Soviet operations. They were looking at hidden military bases, underground weapons facilities, missile launch sites, and hostage locations. And occasionally, their findings seemed rather accurate.
Accurate, you say? I mean, they're putting a lot of trust in these psychics, you know. I mean, at the minute, I feel like the word intelligence has been thrown around quite a lot. You know, you've got troops in the field. You know, you got spy planes. You know, you've got people risking their lives. And it's, you know, and the intelligence just coming from this guy that's sitting in a beanbag doodling with crayons. You know, they're acting on this information at the minute. And I still don't know if they've been able to corroborate what Mars was like a million years ago. They could have told them anything, you know. Did they even have satellites then, you know?
I mean, it seemed like the very few instances that things were accurate, like it couldn't be ignored. And the CIA were thinking, these moments, they change everything. If only we could make it more consistent. If only we could harness it. So they kept trying to get these remote viewers to, like, you know, get stuff right. So in one session, a viewer described an enormous submarine being constructed at a Soviet naval shipyard. And he sketched a vessel larger than anything the United States had ever seen. Months later, satellite imagery confirmed the existence of a Typhoon-class submarine, the largest ever built. Could have just been an even bigger rectangle. And he's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And I feel like they're missing a trick as well. If they want, why don't you just get them to hold hands, make them into a superhuman psychic, you know, strap them together, you know, strap them to the tanks and the planes.
Oh my God.
I like that South Park movie.
Oh. Well, then there were like all these other experiments too. In another session, a remote viewer described a research facility hidden deep in the Ural Mountains. An analyst later confirmed that that premonition matched a real Soviet installation. None of these sessions were perfect, but they were close enough to make intelligence officers uneasy. Because if even a small percentage of these results were genuine, the implications were enormous. And that uncertainty kept the program alive for more than 2 decades.
20 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So I can just imagine the scene. You know, they're in the command center. They've got all the information. They've got maps on the walls. They've got the generals around the table. They've got all the intel. It's dialed in. They're ready to go. Then the phone rings. And then someone bursts through the door as well and like, sir, what is it, soldier? Like, the psychic, he has new information. What is it, goddammit? And they'd be like, he drew a triangle and 2 circles. They're launching missiles. Oh my God. Get the president on the line. We're racing to DEFCON. And then you got like Gary, who's the psychic. He's like, should I add a triangle or a square?
If it was a square, it was just a house, you know?
Like, yeah, just a square. And he's like, oh my God, they're coming after Washington.
It's a white square. So, oh my God.
It's just like erasing part of it out, you know? They're just like, what is this, you know?
Oh my God.
Every time they just jump to conclusions.
Because, yeah, over time, apparently, like, the targets did become, like, stranger. But I wonder if it was just, like, their interpretation of it. Like, it just got weirder and wilder.
Yeah, so I imagine their reaction is like, we need to place a gun in every man, woman, and child's hands. So we need to send them in because, oh my God, this is about survival at this point.
Yeah, he was just drawing a bunch of small rectangles and they were like, oh my God, what a brilliant idea. Give guns to everybody.
Yeah, give guns to everybody.
Just like little rectangles. I mean, they put a lot of trust in these remote viewers who were tasked with locating lost aircrafts, tracking military leaders, and describing hidden laboratories. And eventually, someone proposed a new experiment. If remote viewing could work across distance? Could it work across time? Which brings us back to 1984. Our man sat quietly in a windowless room, given an envelope with 5 words. Mars, 1 million years ago.
Again, what are they doing with that information? He could have said anything, and then what are they like? Deploy the troops. It's like, we can't make it happen. I just don't know what they're going to do with that information. Do they even know themselves? I don't even know what Mars was 1 million years ago. So how would...
I think they're just trying to figure it out.
How could they corroborate it? Oh, really? They could have said anything then. They could have just drawn a circle and like, oh my God.
That's exactly what it looked like 1 million years ago. He
accurately depicted Mars, and then he's like, would you like me to draw Venus? And he just does another circle that's
like a bigger circle.
It's like, God damn.
So this like viewer who was looking for Mars, he closed his eyes and began describing the impossible. Ancient pyramids on Mars, ruined cities burned to red dust, and tall beings wandering through a dying world.
Any evidence of this? Even today, I don't think we have this evidence, so...
I mean, the evidence was that the session was recorded and they were like, this is the evidence. Right. It was recorded, it was archived, and then it was forgotten. All this stuff, all these experiments, and all these deployments, until years later, the transcripts were finally declassified, and then the public finally got to see all these crazy experiments and then just ask that simple question like, why CIA? Why?
Yeah, or like, why are you spending my taxpayers' money on this? Why are you pissing my hard-earned cash? Why are you paying psychics to close their eyes? Millions of dollars.
Yeah, if I closed my eyes during my job, I'd be fired.
Yeah, exactly. They got paid for that, They got paid for that and drew some shapes. It seems like an easy gig, to be honest. I think I would do it. Just raise me up to top secret level. Raise my clearance.
You would not pass that security clearance, Dan.
I get very creative. I would get creative. I'd be like, Mars, books and beauties up there. It's crazy. That brothels and everything. It was wild,
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, like, at times like these, maybe you just have to be like, you know what, government, take my money. Do with it what you will, and hopefully something works out.
Yeah. Is that intelligence today? Are they spying on us through psychics? I feel like I'm okay. I mean, a psychic's going to be spying on me. I'm just in the corner jacking off when I'm meant to be working.
I mean, this is my theory, if you want to know. So apparently, by the early 1990s, the Stargate project had been running for 2 decades at that point and had cost about $20 million at the time, which is roughly like $80 to $100 million now.
Jesus Christ. I mean, wow. It seemed like a good gig to be a psychic back then. I mean, I think I would do it.
I know, right? That's it. I mean, by that 20 years, hundreds of sessions were conducted, and some analysts genuinely believed it was all real, whilst others thought it was all mere coincidence.
Others meaning the scientists.
Possibly, because in the 1990s, in 1995, the CIA conducted a final review with scientists trying to verify this stuff, and the conclusion was not credible. They closed the program soon after that.
But they've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
They were probably ignoring for 20 years, they were just ignoring the scientists, right?
Yeah.
So when did they start this again?
1970s.
So they went right up until 1990s.
Yeah, closed officially. Supposedly officially closed in 1995.
And what they're spending $100 million on, I mean, like,
employing the psychics, keeping them in underground facilities, protecting their assets.
Just sending their troops, you know, the cost of sending their troops and their assets, just sending them off on tangents and things
following
like
the,
that. You
the
know?
triangles and rectangles, buying everyone guns, as you said.
Yeah, placing into the hands of every man, woman, and child.
That's
which is
it.
The thing,
it's a lot of money, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, supposedly closed. And today, the Stargate program remains one of the strangest experiments of the Cold War. As we were saying, like, for decades, the US government explored whether the human mind could be used for espionage. And officially, like I said, they did close it in 1995. But unofficially, many of the psychics insist the results were operationalized and that the government just stopped talking about it.
What's there to talk about now?
As in, maybe they're still using the psychics.
Right. Okay.
Right? Maybe it was never unsuccessful. Right? Maybe that's their whole ploy. They're using it for mass mind control.
So that sounds like a way of saying, yeah, they've spent way more money. We're into the billions now into psychics. You know?
Probably, yeah.
You know, you think about the top brass and they go home to see their wives and they kiss them on the cheek and then they say, how was your day, honey? And he's like, you know, I can't talk about what I do at work. It's classified and this is what they're doing.
It's probably
it. It's crazy, right? Like, you got people starving, but they're like, look, these psychics need the money, you know. I still don't know how you can spend $100 million on this. At some point, who's writing these checks? You know?
We are the taxpayers.
Taxpayers, right? No, again, no wonder the whole world is in debt because they're pissing money up the wall again. Great, well done. Thanks, government, for that. You know, thanks for keeping us safe.
So, do you have a moral for this story at all? Have you learned anything?
I don't know if I've learned anything other than just this is another episode of the government just doing whatever they want and just putting money behind it and overruling anyone with any kind of common sense. I think the moral is if you can guess confidently enough, they will call it intelligence.
Exactly. I mean, if you liked this story, please do comment or give us a like or subscribe. Actually, I think I'm a psychic.
Oh.
And I feel like we're gonna get one comment, one subscriber, something.
And it'll be me desubscribing from this channel. And the comment is, what is this bullshit? I've had enough of the internet for one day. But yeah, let us know what you think. Psychics out there, let us know what you think.
Oh,
yeah. You know, I want to hear off the psychics, to be honest.
That's true. Do you think this CIA government operation is still happening? Are you part of it? In which case, you probably can't comment on it, but still.
Yeah.
Give us a sign. Give us a sign. Give me a psychic sign. I'm waiting.
Look, and to the 9th subscriber, I will stay if you join. Otherwise, I'm unsubscribing. That's it. We're going. We're off. And if you've got another 20 minutes to burn that you will not get back, then why don't you click on another episode? Actually, they're going to come up right now.
Yeah, another crazy CIA experiment. Give it a go.